Hello, everybody. It's me here, and today is 18th. Today is October, Saturday night. Yes. So here is a article from my teacher. She gives me homework and to let read about this article about indigenous people's day. I guess it's just indigenous is the first American. Okay, so I just want to read it with ChatGPT together.
Indigenous.
Indigenous. I'm sorry, indigenous. It's indigenous. Okay. Indigenous. So now I'm gonna kind of ChatGPT right now. Without further. Yes. Hello, ChatGPT. Good evening.
Good evening. Hope you're having a nice one. Let me know if there's anything on your mind or anything I can help you out with today.
Yeah, just we are me. I was I was just no, just I'm having this class lately about with my teacher talking about American history and she just suggested me to read the article and just what's meaning of let reading.
Absolutely, I got you. So, light reading basically means something that's pretty easy or not too heavy or serious to read. It's the kind of reading you can do casually, maybe for fun or just to relax, rather than something super academic or intense. So, if your teacher suggested you do some light reading about American history, she probably just means find something that's a bit more approachable and not too heavy to read through.
Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. And she just gave me a you can search it. Did you know this? I don't know how to pronounce this university's name. Penn.
Oh, sure. That's probably the University of Pennsylvania. And a lot of people just say Penn for short. It's a pretty famous Ivy League school in the US. So your
Okay,
teacher
okay,
means
cool. Okay, so she just gave me a link. It's from a Penn University Life. The title is the significance of shit. I forgot how to say that word, how to pronounce that word. It's hard, kind of hard. It's which means it's the first American. It's just one word, indigenous or what?
yeah, I get what you're saying. The word you're looking for is probably indigenous, which means the
Indigenous.
original.
Yes, indigenous. Okay, so how about we gonna read it together and you with me just before my tomorrow night is my class. So because it's Saturday, right? Saturday I have time and I want just to do it with you together and yeah, so we can read we can read it together and before my class like tomorrow and yeah, we can just I want to prepare for it. Then we can talk about it with my teacher. Then I can talk about it in my next class.
Absolutely. That sounds like a good plan. We can definitely go through it together. I'm happy to help you read through the article so you feel more prepared and confident for your class discussion. Just let me know whenever you're ready and we can dive in.
Okay, so the significance of Indigenous Peoples Day. This is title. Okay, the second Monday in October is Indigenous Peoples Day, the date which had formerly been named after like guy and he's he I don't know is he Viking found American who is the first guy found American discover American.
Yeah, I can help you with that. So basically, what you're reading is that the second Monday in October is now known as Indigenous Peoples Day in a lot of places. It used to be named after Christopher Columbus, who was traditionally credited as the European who discovered America. But now there's more recognition that Indigenous peoples were here long before any European explorers.
Christopher, okay, so his name is Christopher Columbus. I'm curious about how American just it's a trait. I don't know how to say that. Just like think about this person or something like how to say that in English. Like what do you think about this person? And I was wondering how does American think about this person? Does they think he's a bad guy because he stole a lot of stuff from America and he kills a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're on the right track. Christopher Columbus is a pretty complicated figure in American history. For a long time, he was kind of celebrated as a hero who discovered America. But in recent years, a lot more people have been looking at the darker side of his legacy, like the harm and violence that came with his arrival and the impact on Indigenous peoples. So a lot of Americans now have a more critical view of him, and that's why there's this shift to Indigenous Peoples Day. It's definitely a mix of perspectives, and people are rethinking how they view historical figures like him.
Yeah, but we're not talking about politician, right? So basically, you're saying is like nowadays people find darker like Christopher Columbus, so they do not think he's a hero anymore. But like before, maybe 10 years ago, maybe even more longer, like they think the Americans think Christopher Columbus he's a good guy and he's a guy found discovered America.
Yeah, you've got it exactly. We're not talking about a politician here, just a historical figure whose reputation has changed over time. So, yeah, a while back, a lot of people in the US did think of Christopher Columbus as a hero who discovered America. But nowadays, more people recognize the negative impacts of his arrival and don't really see him as a hero anymore. So, that's the shift that's happened over the last decade or so.
Okay, great. Christopher Columbus was marked as a federal recognition of the contributions and the resilience of indigenous. How to say that?
Yeah, you're really getting it. And you're saying Indigenous just fine. Basically, Columbus Day used to be that federal holiday recognizing Columbus's role, but now Indigenous Peoples Day is more about honoring the contributions and resilience of Indigenous communities. So you've got the right idea and you're saying it well.
Okay, I got you. And indigenous. Okay, indigenous. Okay, so resilience. What's the meaning of resilience?
Resilience.
Yeah, absolutely. So resilience basically means the ability to recover or bounce back from difficulties or challenges. So when people talk about the resilience of Indigenous communities, they mean their strength and ability to endure and keep their cultures and communities alive despite all the hardships they faced. So it's
Can you
kind of
tell
about
me? Can
that.
you tell me? Okay, just give me example about how to use resilience and make an example in sentence. Thank you.
Of course. For example, you could say the community showed great resilience by rebuilding after the storm. Or you might say learning a new language takes resilience, especially when you face setbacks. It's basically just about that quality of staying strong and recovering from challenges.
I can say I'm a resilient. I'm a resilient person. Whether no matter how long and how I've been learning it, and even I made a lot of mistake, but I still like doing it.
Absolutely. You can definitely say that. You could say something like, I'm a resilient learner because even when I make mistakes in English or it takes a long time, I just keep going. That really shows that you've got that resilience and that you're sticking with it no matter what.
Okay, great. Resilience in indigenous peoples and their in her. I don't know how to pronounce this word and inherent.
Yeah, absolutely. So that word is pronounced inherent. It basically means something that's a natural or essential part of something else. So if you're talking about the resilience and the inherent strength of Indigenous peoples, you're just saying that strength is a core and natural part of who they are. So yeah, you're nailing it.
Yeah, just how to pronounce that word.
Of course. It's pronounced like this, inherent. So you can just break it down.
Inherent, inherent. Okay, inherent. Okay, what's mean inherent?
Yeah, you've got the pronunciation down perfectly. So inherent just means something that's a fundamental or built-in part of something, like it's a natural essential quality that something has. So if you say resilience is inherent in someone, you mean it's just a natural part of who they are. You're doing great with all of this.
Inherent and Sovereignty. How to say that? How pronounce? I mean, this I don't know what's meaning. Inherent sovereignty. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that word is pronounced sovereignty. It's a bit tricky because the spelling looks longer than how it sounds, and it means the authority or the right of a group or a state to govern itself. So if you hear about Indigenous sovereignty, It's about their inherent right to
Inherent
self-governance.
sovereignty is inherent sovereignty. Yeah, it's inherent sovereignty.
Yes, exactly. You've got it spot on. It's inherent sovereignty. So that just means the natural right or the built-in authority of a group to govern itself. And you're saying it correctly. Keep it up.
Inherent sovereignty in 2021 proclamation. Proclamation.
Yeah, absolutely. You're doing great with these words. So that last word is pronounced proclamation. It's basically just a formal or official announcement. So if you're talking about something like a inherent sovereignty proclamation in 2021, that would just be an official announcement recognizing the inherent sovereignty. You're doing awesome working through all
Yeah,
the
but
words.
I don't know what's the meaning proclamation. Is it right?
Yeah, absolutely. So a proclamation is basically just a formal or official announcement, often made by a government or an authority. So if you hear about a proclamation in 2021, it just means that someone officially declared or announced something important. You're totally on the right track.
Proclamation, right? Proclamation.
Yes, you've got it. It's proclamation. You're saying it really well now. So just keep that in mind. It's basically that formal announcement or official declaration. You're really doing great with all these terms.
An official announcement.
Proclamation.
Exactly, you've got it.
Proclamation. Okay, proclamation is an official it's an official announcement. Proclamation made by President Joey Biden. I don't know what's the Biden's full name. Joyce R. Biden Jr.
Absolutely. So you're right on track. A proclamation is indeed an official announcement. And yes, it's often made by someone like the president. And the full name of the current US president is Joseph R. Biden Jr. So you got that right too. You're
Joseph R. Biden Jr. Joseph R. Biden Jr. Joseph R. Biden Jr. Okay, so what's the Trump's full name? Donald Trump? Donald J. Trump, right?
Yeah, you've got it. So the full name of the former president is Donald J. Trump. The J stands for John, so it's Donald John Trump.
It's
And
Donald
you're
John
getting
Trump. Okay, Donald John Trump. Okay, I got you. Okay, so let's continue read it. Okay, indigenous people say was the first proposed. Is that right? Proposed.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're saying it right. It's proposed. And basically, Indigenous Peoples Day was first proposed as a way to honor and recognize the cultures, histories, and
Yeah, what's the meaning
contributions
of
of.
proposed? What's the meaning of proposed?
Sure. So propose just means to suggest something or put an idea forward. So when we say Indigenous Peoples Day was first proposed, it means someone originally suggested the idea of having this day to honor Indigenous peoples. So it's just about bringing up an idea for consideration.
Okay, proposed. Okay, I got you. So, okay, let me check it out. What's the meaning of proposed? Okay, give me a second.
Absolutely. Take your time. And yeah, you've got it. Propose just means suggested or
Suggest
as an
I
idea.
propose you to, oh, I propose you to learn swim because the library can uh make his body healthier. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a great example. You can definitely say, I propose you learn to swim because it can make your body healthier. That's a perfect way to use propose in a sentence. So you know that.
Oh, could you say that again? I didn't catch it.
Of course. So you can say, I propose you learn to swim because it can make your body healthier. That's a perfect way to put it, and it sounds just right.
Okay, good, good. Let's go, Helen. And indigenous people say was the first proposed by indigenous people at 1977 United Nations Conference